It all started with a simple idea for the channel, a set review series, but it was interrupted by a group of Tamatoran, who demanded that the channel take a different route. Instead, they suggested an interview series.
Good day, young one. We have arrived for our interview.
I see that. You're a little bit late, though. What held you guys up?
The journey was not an easy one. We were stopped by a rather unusual Rahi. Erica, she called herself. She was asking for directions, and we did our best to assist her.
Ah, yes, Erica. She's part dragon and part centaur.
That's strange. Was she mutated by a Visorak?
No, not at all. She's always been a Dragentar.
Dragontar? I've never heard of that Rahi. Whenua, have you ever encountered one before? Can't say that I have.
No, she's not a Rahi. Nope, not exactly. She's... It doesn't really matter. What does matter is that we get this interview started before we lose any more time.
Nuju says he couldn't agree more.
Oh, hey Matoro. It's nice to see you again.
Likewise.
So what can you Turaga tell me about yourselves? What are your occupations?
That's a rather complicated question for us to answer. We have played many roles throughout our lives.
I think he meant our current occupations, Vakama.
Ah, yes. That does simplify things a bit. Well, I am the Turaga, or Elder, as your kind calls me, of the village of Takoro. My duty is to the inhabitants there, and to guide and protect them to the best of my abilities.
Wow, that's commendable. Vakama, was it?
Yes.
And what about you? What can you tell me about yourself?
I am Turaga Onewa, though most of the time the Matoran have taken to calling me the referee. I frequently moderate and play a neutral role in disputes that come up.
Also impressive.
Could someone remind me why we're going through this procedure? Why do an interview with this fully biological being? Don't we already have our duties?
These interviews are mostly for record keeping than anything else. It also gives my audience a chance to see and get to know everyone who's working on my channel.
Well, this is one Turaga who can understand and respect the art of record keeping.
Nuju says he still doesn't understand why others need to see them. He feels that they are being put on display for unclear reasons.
Yeah, okay. The record keeping is mostly for me. It's also partially for entertainment purposes.
My humblest apologies, Makuta Alvarez, but our specialties mostly lie in guiding and protecting others. I think you picked a rather unqualified group of Turaga for entertainment.
Ha! Speak for yourself, sister. This old Turaga knows how to keep an audience entertained.
Matau, I don't think now's the time.
Do you know why I've never been ever good at grammar?
Matau, please.
Because I would have no comma in my compound sentences.
Matau.
Oh, come on, sister. I'm just starting off. You know why Vakama sometimes speaks slowly during his tales? Because he has a bottle of Manog beforehand.
Alright, Matau. Now that you've got it out of your system, let's get back to the task at hand.
I knew you would say that.
What's Nuju saying, Matoro?
I really would rather not say.
Well, could we bring them back into the conversation?
At this point, it would be best just to leave them be until they both calm down.
Oh, is it my turn then?
Sure.
I am Whenua, the Turaga of Olukoro.
Keep your cool,
I
man.
evaded my villagers in the construction of our underground homes and its defense.
Well, clack to the cradle the D, back to you.
What about you?
I am Nokama, the Turaga of Gakoro. As I mentioned earlier, my duty is to guide and protect the Matoran.
Is it accurate to assume that all of you guys have the duties of guiding and protecting your villages? Because I feel like I'm just writing down the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Cool off, Nuju.
Should I wait for Nuju to get back, or...
I can tell you about him.
Sure, we can do that.
Nuju is a great Turaga that has aided in the construction and defense of Kokoro. He is a cunning and sharp Turaga who values patience.
Hey!
Well, he's not without his moments.
Why does he speak in clicks and whistles?
Well, from the little I've gathered, he seems to use it as a way to sift out Matoran who don't have the patience to speak with him. I imagine it helps ensure that every conversation he has is a worthwhile one.
Please understand that though we may not always make it obvious, we care very deeply for each other and trust one another with our very lives.
I think I believe you. Well, everything seems to be in order. Welcome to the Makuta Alvarez channel.
Thank you for your time, young one. We'll see ourselves out. Nuju, Matau, we're going now.
Thanks for watching the second installment of my interview series. The amazing voice talents that you heard were from Blazer5 Ronin, as well as my girlfriend, Ruby. Be sure to check out Blazer5 Ronin's material on his channel. If you think my animation work is good, then you obviously haven't seen his animation work yet. Do yourself a favor and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. Comment down below the Turaga whom you thought was voiced the best. Don't forget to also like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified of my future content. Until next time, this is Makuta Alvarez, signing out.
Hey, how about this one? Do you know what Bionicle's theme song would be if Disney owned it? Hakuna Matata! Ha ha ha! Come on, I worked all night on those.